Nice Halloween costume, soldier girl. One of the cheerleaders snickered as she walked by, flipping her ponytail. Another burst out laughing. Yeah, where's your plastic gun, Private Barbie? Cadets in crisp uniforms and skirts laughed in the background. All eyes were on the quiet girl standing alone at the edge of the football field, still composed and dressed in full army camo. Name tag reading, Ali. She didn't respond. She didn't even blink, just stood there, eyes forward like the noise didn't touch her, but it did. Everyone knew Maddie Ollie, or at least they thought they did. She was the quiet girl who transferred in mid-semester. No friends, ate alone, said little. Wore military fatigues on Fridays, while the rest of the academy wore sports jackets and plaid skirts. Most assumed it was some weird ROC obsession. Others joked she was just trying to impress someone who didn't exist. Their way she was different. And that made her a target. It was homecoming weekend. The stadium was packed. Families, faculty, and cadets filled the bleachers. The marching band played a pop medley while the girls who mocked Maddie danced in unison at midfield, soaking in the spotlight. Maddie stood off to the side, alone, unnoticed, until a low, deep hum began to rumble in the distance. The cheerleaders looked up, confused. The crowd quieted as the sound grew louder, pulsing through the ground like a heartbeat. Whispers spread like wildfire. What is that? Is that a helicopter? Then, just as the national anthem began to play, over the speakers, a Blackhawk helicopter emerged from the horizon, slicing through the air like a blade. The entire stadium turned to face the sky. The wind from its blades bent the flagpoles, sent ponytails whipping sideways, and had everyone shielding their eyes. It wasn't just flying over, it was landing on the field. The cheer squad scattered. Coaches held their clipboards to their chests. The principal's mouth hung open as the helicopter touched down with military precision. Center field right in front of the stunned crowd, and from it stepped a general, full-dress uniform, rows of ribbons. The polished command presence of someone who had walked through fire and never flinched. Behind him, a second soldier emerged, stepping out with matching precision. It was Maddie Ollie. The crowd froze. The general walked with purpose across the field toward the headmaster, then turned to face the crowd. His voice boomed through the mic. I'm General Ollie. I came here today not just as a guest, but as a father. Every head snapped toward Maddie. She didn't tell anyone who I was, he continued, because she didn't want special treatment. She didn't want applause. She just wanted to train harder to serve this country, to carry on a legacy she didn't ask for, but earned. Maddie stood beside him now, spine straight, gaze unwavering. She wakes up at 4:30 a.m. to train before school. He says she's aced every physical exam. She reads military strategy for fun. While others mocked her, she never stopped preparing. The crowd was silent. The girls who had laughed earlier were now ghost pale. One of them had tears in her eyes. Then the general turned to Maddie. You are the bravest young woman I know, and I'm proud to call you my daughter. He saluted, and the entire stadium, every cadet, every parent, every student stood and followed. Maddie saluted back. In that moment, she wasn't the weird girl in camo anymore. She wasn't the loner. She was a warrior in training. A daughter of a general. Quiet storm no one saw coming, but one no one would ever forget. The general nodded, stepped back into the Blackhawk, and the blades roared back to life. As it lifted off, Maddie stayed still, standing at attention while the wind whipped around her. When the helicopter vanished into the sky, people slowly returned to their seats, but no one looked at Maddie the same again. Later that evening, the headmaster announced that the academy was starting a full cadet honor program led by Maddie Ollie and the cheer captain. She approached Maddie after the game and whispered, I'm sorry, we were wrong. Maddie didn't smile. She just nodded. She didn't need their applause. She already had her honor. Before we wrap up the story, let us know in the comments, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear. So never mistake silence for weakness. Never mock a uniform you haven't earned. And never ever underestimate the quiet girl, because one day a Blackhawk might land just to salute her. Your heart, show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing to the